Hello, everyone. Good news, I was not murdered in a hurricane. Whew. Hello. So, good news to start off the day. The hurricane passed uh, just north of us overnight, and by the time I woke up, uh, it was nowhere near us. So, we're in the clear. Second bit of good news is for those unaware somehow. Version 5 is available everywhere. It's on MCPDL, it's on the MC Add-ons app on iPhone and Android. It's available, obviously, on my Mediafire. It's available on my Patreon. It is available everywhere now. So we're just gonna do a little exploring. We're gonna look and see what's poppin'. I'm gonna show all the new stuff to the best of my ability. So I've seen a lot of comments asking about how you use wands. Um, so you get your wand, obviously, right here, and I'm not sure what everybody's keybinds are, but for me, my drop button on console is B. So I press B, and as you can see, you switch spells every time you press it. And obviously, the different wands have different stuff. In mobile, it's impossible to change the spell because when you drop the wand, it just drops and you don't change spell. That's weird. How are you dropping it? Are you dropping it like this? Are you like moving it out of the inventory? Oh, even that works. Huh. That's really weird. It should work. The thing is that I don't have Minecraft on Pocket, and I don't believe Belkov does either. So it's kind of hard for us to test stuff like that. Um, anyway, uh, so yeah, Pixie, it'll heal you if you're hurt. Lumos will cast a light. So if we change it to midnight, cast Lumos, there will be light around you when you're walking. And then you just cast it again to cast Nox. Wingardium Leviosa makes other players float. Apparate just sends you to the TP hub. Alohomora opens locked doors, specifically. So, visual doors, generally. So, like the Hogwarts gates, you need to use Alohomora on. Hypo V5 Hogwarts is awesome, but I'm going to add my own details. Go ahead. Do with the castle whatever you wish. So the Elder Wand is also the same. Same mechanisms, except that this one is used for PvP. So if you want to like shoot spells at your friends, you need to have the Elder Wand. Which I realize is kind of breaks the whole Master of Death thing, because you just get one right here at the starting chest. But so you got Avada Kedavra, which will kill players in one hit. Brachium Amendo will heal yourself. Crucio will give them Wither effect. Expelliarmus will knock the wand out of their hand briefly. Venite and Catardum stops effects, so if somebody hits you with like Crucio, you can cast this to stop the effect. Immobilis gives them slowdown. Obscuro gives them blindness so they can't see. Protego is literally a shield, and it'll block any spell, even Avada Kedavra, even though it shouldn't, but, you know, it'd be a lot of... I don't even know if it'd be possible to do that. Ricta Sempra will give you nausea and do damage to you. Sectum Sempra gives you poison. Stupefy is just normal damage, and I believe has the quickest cooldown out of all the battle spells. And yeah, and Wingardium Leviosa, I mean, you know how that works. How many days did this took you to build? It's been over 9 years. So, we'll show off the board as Hogwarts and the surrounding areas. Version 5, which I'm so happy to hear, just to say out loud. My Patreon's here, my YouTube's here, which you're watching on. Texture and Behavior Help, Tom H. Magic and XG. Obviously, I built, Belkov did all of the command work. Connor was here for so many years. Chase, this man's a genius when it comes to references and arches. Crazy Panda also helped as well with custom models and stuff, so like the player heads that I have in this version, like the books and the food. Like these are the custom player heads. So yeah, that's Crazy Panda is my Twitter, and there is a book here. Welcome to Hogwarts and Surrounding Areas version 5. There has been some massive updates to the map over the last 2 years. Some of the things you might notice are a mild change to the colors of the castle. You'll also find that the wands have a few more spells than before. You can also use the Elder Wand to PvP with your friends. Drop them to switch spells, mess around with them, and see what I mean. Nocturne Alley also has an entire interior redesign, same with the Weasley's Wizard Wheezes. Azkaban has entire exterior rework. The castle terrain has been expanded downwards, and now the Black Lake is deep enough so Task 2 is actually in the lake. A few of the common rooms have been redone, Gryffindor and Ravenclaw specifically. You can now take the sorting quiz to get sorted into your house. You'll also find instructions to find your common room. 2 for the people who have trouble finding them. Brooms are now more reliable and easy to get on and off, similar to how they work in Hogwarts Legacy. The London Zoo finally doesn't stink. There's a whole new viaduct entrance building and interior as well. The rest of the changes I'll leave you to find for yourself. Thank you so much for playing this map and supporting it after all this time. I'll always continue to make this map better and better if you keep downloading it. Make sure to check out the YouTube, Patreon suggestions. Got censored, and it sucks because I finished the book before I realized it was censored, and I didn't want to rewrite all this, so whatever. It's just my Discord name, which, to be honest, at the end of the day, is probably a good idea that not everybody on the internet knows my Discord name. So, let's go check out changes, shall we? So here's a big overview map of the castle. And let me turn up my render distance, because I should be able to get pretty crazy render distance on this game. We'll do 50 chunks. So, Hogwarts Express, I believe, is the same as it was in version 4. I believe almost all of Hogsmeade is the same as it was, the exception being the hanging signs. I may have redone some of the interiors since version 4, but I couldn't tell you. I don't really remember. But like, Dogweed and Deathcap is here. And J. Pippin's Potions. Ollivander's Wand Shop stayed the same. The Magic Neat has kind of got a different interior. I don't know. Again, I don't remember what version 4 even looked like. It's been so long. So, yeah. It's Hogsmeade. It also does snow here. So if you're playing on here and you want it to snow, all you gotta do is just change it to rain. And it'll start to snow here. We also have some powdered snow in some spots. I used to have it in more spots, but then I realized it made it really annoying to get around here. So... So, we're going to take the boat to Hogwarts because this area finally works. Shoop. And we get a great view of the castle from here, especially with this 50 chunk render distance. It's a little laggy actually, maybe I should lower the chunks. That's better. Waterpack doesn't want to play in your realm. I don't know why that would be the case. It works very well for me. Have you tried loading it without your pack and just that alone? I just realized there's no chest with boats here. So a huge change that I made in version 5 was texturing the entire castle to be mud brick. And I did that because for so many years people were complaining to me that my castle looked silly being stone brick. And I usually brushed it off because, well, my castle's based on Deathly Hallows, so I felt like sandstone was just too bright to use. And I was awaiting mud brick to see how it would fare. And when I first used it, it was way too dark. And by default, it is too dark. It's very, very, very brown. But I lightened it up in the resource pack to make it a little bit brighter. And I feel like this is like the perfect hue of the castle. Like, it's... I don't think it could get any better. Good morning. It's like almost 5 p.m., but good morning to you. I also changed the texture of the packed mud, and you'll see that random blocks... We have 3 different textures for the mud brick itself, which are used in an array. So you'll see that if I just place a line here, random ones like this one have a dark brick up here, this one has a dark brick up here, this one is normal. There's a few different variations and they're completely random. Hi! Same thing goes for the dirt. So, the dirt is a bit more obvious, I think. But it's an automatic way to texture just dirt areas, which is lovely. Belkov is a genius for figuring out texture arrays, and for a million other things. Another huge change of the castle from version 4 to 5 is the front of the viaduct entrance. So previously my viaduct was very skinny. I think it was less than maybe half the size of this. And the towers were a bit too tall. So at some point, I believe we did majority of this on stream, but for the people who never saw that, we redid the entirety of this from version 3 to version version 4 to version 5, including me having to remake the entrance hall in here, but I tried to make it even closer with the space that I had available to the Prisoner of Azkaban game entrance hall, which is why you'll see like the floor design looks close enough to the same. I changed the hourglasses so that they were more unique, because I liked the way they did that in Hogwarts Legacy. Do I plan on making non-Harry Potter stuff? I have made a few non-Harry Potter things, but for the most part, I really like just making this stuff, which is why now I'm currently working on the Hogwarts Legacy Castle. So maybe, but not really. Another change, again, are these braziers that I made. They are 3 different custom blocks all stacked on one another. And, yeah, they're very cool. They look a lot better than what I used to do, which was just have 2 blocks and 2 stairs upside down. It worked for the time being, but now we have actual Hogwarts braziers, which look nice, and they're custom blocks, so they don't cause any lag. Here we have the Great Hall. You guys have all seen my Great Hall. This really has not changed too much since the first version that came out. However, you will see that the Sorting Hat is now here, and he will slightly look in your direction. He will also do a little funny animation with his face. And if you press LT on him or right click, you can get yourself sorted. So, we had this little sorting ceremony. You talk to McGonagall, and you answer the question. So, which of the following would you hate to be called the most? Personally, probably selfish. And then we got, given the choice, would you rather invent a potion that would guarantee you glory, wisdom, love, or power? I always choose wisdom on that. And as you can see, the builds on all four sides, they all kind of coincide with the questions being asked. So, how would you like to be known to history? The wise, the good, the bold, the great. The wise. This one has the little boxes. So 4 boxes are placed before you. Which one would you try and open? The small tortoiseshell box embellished with gold. Inside some squeaking small creature seems to be... Or inside seems to be a small creature. I can't read. Inside which some small creature seems to be squeaking. The gleaming jet black box with silver locks and key marked with a mysterious rune that you know to be the mark of Merlin. The ornate gold casket standing on clawed feet whose inscription warns that both secret knowledge and unbearable temptation lie within, or D, the small pewter box unassuming and plain with a scratchy message upon it that reads, I only open for the worthy. I'm gonna go with B. 4 goblets are placed before you. Which one do you choose to drink? The foaming, frothing, silvery liquid that sparkles as though containing round diamonds? The smooth, thick, richly purple drink that gives off a delicious smell of chocolate and plums? The gold liquid so bright that it hurts the eye and which makes sunspots dance all around the room? Or the mysterious black liquid that gleams like ink and gives off fumes that make you see strange visions? I'm gonna go with B. This one's just about cheating. I'm just gonna go with B because it takes forever to read. You and 2 friends need to cross a bridge guarded by a troll who insists on fighting one of you before he will let you all pass. Do you attempt to confuse the troll into letting all 3 of you pass without fighting? Suggest drawing lots to decide which one will fight. Suggest that all 3 of you should fight without telling the troll. Or volunteer to fight. We'll do volunteer to fight. Which road tempts you the most? The wide, sunny, grassy lane, the narrow, dark, lantern-lit alley, the twisting, leaf-strewn path through the woods, the cobbled street lined with ancient buildings. I always pick the woods. And then finally, a muggle confronts you and says they are sure you are a witch or wizard. Do you? Ask them what makes them think so. Agree and ask whether they'd like a free sample of a jinx. Agree and walk away, leaving them to wonder whether you are bluffing. Tell them that you are worried about their mental health and offer to call them a doctor. I'll go with C. I always get Ravenclaw. I really do. So, once you get sorted, you get a book automatically in your inventory. It says some stuff about your house and where you can find your common room. So, welcome to Ravenclaw. You are sorted here because you possess the characteristics such as wit, intelligence, and creativity. Your house emblem is an eagle draped in blue and bronze. Your house ghost is the Great Lady, Helena Ravenclaw. Your common room is located in the central tower. Go to the top of the bell tower stairs, go to the end of the hallway, and hit the button. So, we will do just that. However, people have asked multiple times on stream about the Yule Ball. So, you need to stand by the sorting hat and cast Periculum at the ceiling. And it will switch to the Yule Ball. So there you go. That is how that works. So, we know where our house is. We've been sorted into Ravenclaw. Let's head there now. So, there is no viaduct bridge that will take us over to the entrance hall. Or I guess the viaduct entrance building. So we need to go this way. To the Ravenclaw Tower. You can go through these doors, or you can go into the quad and come down here. And then you'll go down the stairs. Through this passage here. Up the stairs. And you will find the stairs that will take you to the viaduct entrance. I checked it out today already and it is good, looking good. Thank you. I'm glad you like it. So now we are in the viaduct entrance. You go up the stairs into the tapestry corridor. You go down this way and through this door on the right. This will take you into the long gallery. And then from the long gallery, you can go up the bell tower stairs. Now there's bell tower stairs on both sides of the long gallery. As you can see. They both lead to the same places. So this is the hallway leading to the Ravenclaw common room. So, in order to enter the Ravenclaw common room, I'm sure many of the book viewers will know, you have to answer a riddle. And now we have multiple riddles, so it won't always be the same every time you come to the door. So, which came first, the Phoenix or the Flame? The Phoenix, the Flame, both at the same time, a circle has no beginning. So if you've read Deathly Hallows, you know the answer to this one. So it would be D. So here is the Ravenclaw common room. I've made a short about this common room back when I first remade it. But for one, it looked gorgeous in the trailer I put out yesterday because RTX made it look stunning in here. But I also really like the redesign that I came up with for this common room. It really isn't based off of anything. It's more of an amalgamation of a lot of Ravenclaw common room ideas over the years, you know. I wanted to put a study area because Ravenclaws are obviously notorious for being smart and you know, book savvy and whatever else. So that you know, I made that the main foyer. The center room is kind of based off of a few images of Ravenclaw common room illustrations I've seen, as well as there's one Ravenclaw common room that's on the video game Dreams that somebody made that is very similar in stature to this. And as far as the floating candles, the blue and green or cyan colored candles, I wanted to make it look like there was a swirling bit of magic in the center of the room, you know? So originally I was going to use glass, but then I just decided to start using candles for it. And yeah. So we got like a half moon crescent on the floor in blue and silver. 1 second. I got a text message I have to respond to. Hmm. Alright, sorry. Um, yeah, so I wanted to do a swirling kind of magic thing, and swirling magic thing. Um, I also really, I really wanted to do some sort of telescope design that didn't look ridiculous, so this is the best I could come up with. It uses invisible armor stands, and just holding the new, like, telescope thing, I forget what it's actually called. But using this chain as sort of a stand for it, in a way. I know it's kind of like a little bit off, but I tried for like almost maybe an hour to figure out a way to make a decent looking player-sized telescope that didn't look stupid. Um, but there are telescopes up here which you can't get to normally, but they're just kind of like hanging and looking out of the windows. And obviously this version of the Commoner is well underground, so you can't actually look out the windows. In here, let me cast Nox, I don't need it anymore. In here, um, we have kind of another, like the chill area, you know, the fire. I took the fireplace straight from Hogwarts Legacy. And the general kind of color tone and design I also took from Legacy. And then in here, you got the dorms. They're very big. Kind of reused the same fireplace design as the fireplace room, except, you know, I put blast furnaces or, you know, like coal being lit up and stuff for heat. So yeah, that's the Ravenclaw common room. A huge change compared to how it was in version 4, but just so much better on so many levels. Another small change that many might not know. I don't remember if this was in version 4, but I don't think it was. Was the changed up prefect's bathroom. So we got all, you know, all the water coming in from the big sink, little bubbles in the water. We got the dragon egg, Just hanging out in here. Obviously, again, everything's been upgraded to the mud brick. Let's see. Another change I made was opening up this area here in the middle. And the reason I did that is, for one, I didn't like the hanging Hogwarts banner that were here. I felt like this is sort of like a weird area in the castle. So I added a staircase here, which takes you down to Belkov's entrance dungeons. And, you know, he built all of these a long time ago. Hey, Poetic, can you talk with PV36? He has one add-on, beautiful add-on of Harry Potter. Is the version 3, but he no lure? Please, please, please talk to him. Talk about it with him to you add in your map, please. Huh? Anyway, Belkov built these entrance dungeons a long time ago. And I believe they were here in version 4. I changed them up a little bit to look a little bit better. No offense to Belkov, but they were a little dated. And yeah, the hallway now leads to a staircase. This will take you up to, I believe, the back of the Defense Against the Dark Arts Tower. Yes. So yeah, there's just an easier way to get down to his entrance dungeons now. Another big change was obviously the Defense Against the Dark Arts Tower stuff. This was not entirely based off the Hogwarts Legacy Defense Against the Dark Arts area. However, it was heavily inspired by. So, the whole color tone, the floor design, everything about it, for the most part, yeah, is very inspired by the Defense Against the Dark Arts Tower from Hogwarts Legacy. Even with, you know, the animal bones and stuff like that. But for one, you get a beautiful view out of this window to the owlery. And for two, it's just a better place to put the Defense Against the Dark Arts class. So here it is. Again, very much similar to the Hogwarts Legacy version. But, I mean, the Legacy version's pretty damn close to the real thing, so the only real change is, you know, like, the only real difference, I guess I would say, is the skeleton is a lot bigger than it is. And here is the DADA teacher's office. Checked it out today already, and it's looking good. Thank you. I changed up the One-Eyed Witch slightly so that it was just easier to get to the one-eyed witch statue, and because I didn't like the way there was no blocks in the middle, so now should have both. Another change that was done from version 4 to version 5 is the tunnels. Well, for one, we also have Hermione in the bathroom this time. We also have Moaning Myrtle in here, who says, I was just sitting in the U-bend thinking about death, and it just fell through the top of my head. Obviously referring to Tom Riddle's diary, when Ginny Weasley tried to flush it down the toilet. Oh, 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 oh. What the hell? Huh. That's not right. See if we can squeeze in here. The tunnels are a bit different. So I actually got dripstone down here. I've replaced all of the walls with, I believe, deep slate. You actually have to go through a few more tunnels to get to the door now. So here's where the collapse was. I believe this door uses Alohomora. I don't know who that person is. Chamber of Secrets really, I don't think has changed too drastically. Maybe it did, actually. I don't know. But we have the different snake heads. They look a lot more like they do in the movie as opposed to how they looked before. I put some dead coral and stuff in the water. The snake looks the same. I kind of changed a bit of the head to be a little bit more round on the top. Tom Riddle's here. Parcel tongue don't save you now, Potter. It only obeys me. We got the Sorting Hat actually just chilling down here with the Sword of Gryffindor and Tom Riddle's diary. We can flit around the back. Another thing with version 5 was that we added the Durmstrang ship. I believe this was not also was not in version 4. Nothing too fancy. I mean, it came out really well, I will say, but it doesn't have an inside, and that's really all there is to it. I'm very proud of how it came out, though. This ship took a while to make. I'm not really the best shipbuilder, but you know, with the right references, you can really build anything. So, yeah. Very big fan of the Durmstrang ship. All this terrain, you can see, is a lot lower than it used to be. If you remember version 4, I believe the water level was like here. So like almost all of this that you see here is all upgraded terraforming. The mountains are higher. The castle sits at a higher elevation because it was way too low to the ground before. We actually have the second task in the Black Lake, as opposed to being a teleport to a water tank, which is what we had before, pretty much. Going up this way, nothing really changed much. The Whomping Willow did get a change. Again, I don't remember if I did this for version 4, but it does have autumn leaves on it, which almost all of the map has autumn leaves now. Except for, obviously, the evergreen trees, because, you know, they stay green. But we also have this texture for fallen leaves, and yeah, all the leaves are orange and red. I wanted to do something different with the environment, because I feel like a lot of Hogwarts are all the same, which, you know, isn't to anybody's fault. It's just Minecraft usually looks like it's set in the middle of summer. So I wanted to do something different with the exterior of the castle. So, you know, this is, you know, the grass is a little bit browner. The leaves are orange and brown on like the normal trees, as you can see. There's, you know, the fallen leaves. In general, the area is supposed to just feel a lot colder and, you know, more autumn, less summery. You know, I keep, you know, going back around in circles on it, but you know what I mean. Down here at Hagrid's hut, we have a beautiful memorial for Robbie Coltrane. Obviously, rest in peace to the world's best Hagrid. I didn't give him any dialogue, but I did give Harry dialogue saying there's no Hogwarts without you, Hagrid. Because it really, you know, there really isn't. Inside we have Fang. I don't think this has really changed much since version 4. We got Buckbeak chillin'. This is a change from version 4 to 5. Buckbeak, you probably saw him in the trailer, but he has this cute little sitting animation, and you can make him stand up by just crouching and interacting with him. You can ride on him a lot easier now. He doesn't go super fast when you're just walking with him on the ground. You have to activate flight by jumping. And then, you know, you just look where you want to fly, and he will fly wherever you wish. And you can actually seat 2 people on Buckbeak, as opposed to just one. So if you want to go on a ride on Buckbeak with a friend, you can just have them either on the back, or you can have yourself on the back. And he is probably almost easier, or just about as easy to fly as the brooms, so very simple controls for the flight, but a very, very nice model and animation. You know, not to toot my own horn. Belkov, of course, gave him the improved flight mechanics. I was pretty much just responsible for making the model and doing the animation. So they will also follow you, you know, if you leave him standing. He likes to follow his owner. But you can make him sit down and he'll just stay there. See, that's Buckbeak. Up here, I showed them briefly in the trailer, but I didn't show them in action. We have Thestrals as well. These were made almost solely by Belkov, so they were modeled by him. I did do the texture for them, but he did everything else, so You got these sweet wing, like almost like unsheathing animation for the wings. And the Thestrals, again, they're just like Buckbeak. I believe they're a little bit slower than him, but I believe the main difference between the two is that Buckbeak will follow you around, and the Thestrals, for the most part, will just stay where they are. Which is nice because I don't need to keep them tied up to the carriage. So yeah. They're both tameable. I don't remember exactly. I believe it's raw pork to tame Thestrals. And for Buckbeak, you need to be crouching and you need to have raw rabbit to tame him. Hi, a beautiful map. Thank you. So we got brooms. These aren't new. If you've played any other version of this map, you've used the brooms. There's been no change at all to them. Again, to pick them up, you just need to crouch and press the interact button. And then to ride, you just use it in your inventory. Very simple. Obviously, the brooms have different speeds. So the clean sweep is the slowest broom, but probably the nicest for using them to explore. This is a very nice view of the castle, by the way. That looks really cool. A small change is that I updated the fake cherry tree in the clock tower courtyard to be a real cherry tree, since they were added to the game. So yeah, clock tower courtyard now is even more accurate than it already was. The quad hallways got an upgrade from how they looked previously. So they're using my new bamboo wood texture, the mosaic bamboo wood. It's just the same Minecraft texture, I just recolored it to be similar to dark oak. And these are the quad hallways now. So there's a bunch of arches. In here is the Mirror of Erised room. Again, the Mirror of Erised's a lot bigger now. So there's that. Again, same hallway design. The detention chamber. And then this hallway mostly stayed the same. The trophy room in here got a massive upgrade. And yeah. So, we are going to go take a look at the new third floor corridor stuff. Well, actually, we can take a look at the battlements. So, if you remember previously in version 4, the Defense Against the Dark Arts class used to be in the quad area here. And it made it so that the battlements did not exactly line up to where they should. There was sort of a staircase leading down to them, and that's cringe. So when we moved the Defense Against the Dark Arts class to where it is now, we finally had the room to actually put the correct battlements in here. So, yeah. Again, not a massive change, but one that I'm sure fans of the Deathly Hallows Castle will like. This is the new third floor corridor. It leads to the lookout tower stairs. Fluffy is back to having white teeth because I think they were fucked up previously. If you hop down the trap door, you'll find the new Devil's Snare room. Now let me show you this in better light. Do a 3-minute night vision. So, the Devil's Snare room. I used, well, not Structure Voids. I used Weeping Vines as the Devil's Snare this time around. So previously, if you remember, the Devil's Snare room was really small, and it had just leaf blocks for the Devil's Snare, because I couldn't really think of a better way to do the Devil's Snare at the time. So now you'll fall into these, and you just need to find your way into here. Again, it's a lot simpler in many ways, but overall I think it makes it a better experience. This is the new keys room. For the people who don't know the way to open the door, there is tons of switches on the wall. You use the broom to get up to them, and you just need to find the correct switch to open the door. And spoiler warning, I'm pretty sure it's this one. Or not. Maybe it's this one. Okay, it's that one. So yeah. Now, again, you've probably seen this in the trailer, because I made it a very focal point, because Belkov is the man for doing this stuff, but as you can see, you can't get across to the door. And, you know, on version 4, we had the exact same thing, okay? It's just the animation now is a lot nicer than it used to be. So, we'll see the queen go over, and instead of just hitting, she fucking cuts the head off the horse, which is insane. And then the bishop checkmates the king. And then the door opens up. Now, this again, another difference between version 4 and version 5 here is that we added the troll room. A lot of people were asking me why we didn't have the troll room, and I mainly didn't do it because I just didn't really think enough time to how I would do that. So yeah, I put some thought into it and I figured out, I read the book description of this room. Apparently it's disgusting and smelly and gross. So, we put like pee in a bucket over here. We put like, you know, m mushrooms growing out of the ground, like poo, butterbeer, a bunch of like rotten food. We have some buttons on invisible item frames on structure voids to look uh, like bugs flying around, like flies. There's just stench coming out of cauldrons. There's this club. You can see him from above. There's his big belly, his torso, and his shorts, and his big arms, and his face. So yeah. I mean, the troll's already knocked out, and I'm pretty sure it was in the book as well, so... In here, we have the new potions room. So I did more digging into the book again and found out that there were actually two fires, one that was blue and one that was normal. And you needed to find the one that would get you through the blue flames. So, long story short, I added the entire quiz or thing here in this lectern. It will actually lead you to the correct potion of fire resistance if you don't already know what a potion of fire resistance looks like. And you can use that to walk through the blue fire. And this area down here where Quirrell is was all completely redone as well as the Mirror of Erised. I added a little button to him. Tell me what you see. It was supposed to say I'm shaking hands with Dumbledore, but it was too big for the button apparently, so you just say that, and then you get the Sorcerer's and Philosopher's Stone. Because I don't want to make anybody angry, so you get both. Just like that, you can come back up, go through the normal flames, and then come up the stairs, and then boom, you're down into the entrance dungeons again. Hello, hello. So, since we're down here in the dungeons, why don't we head over to the Slytherin common room, which has received some changes as well, especially with the way the door opens. So again, if you guys have played Hogwarts Legacy, you'll know that the way the door opens in that game is a snake comes up, recoils, and then the door just appears. Well, I couldn't really have the snake come out because then we'd have to do a whole separate animation of it to go in the wall. So instead, the snake's already here, you cast Revelio on it, and then boom, the door opens. The wand should be in the starting chest at the beginning, right near the board. It's also in the creative inventory under equipment, as you can see. So yeah, Slytherin common room. Nothing too well, I wouldn't say nothing too fancy, but not too many changes. I did change the back windows and use a bit more of the deep slate in here to sort of, fit the color scheme a little bit better. This area is definitely new from version 4. Just a much better looking secondary area for the common room. And these are the dorms. Again, keeping with that color theme of green and silver and dark gray. I really do love the Slytherin common room. And that's coming from a Gryffindor. Or I guess in the map's case, a Ravenclaw. So this entrance dungeon should actually take us back to the Grand Staircase, where we can check out the Hufflepuff common room actually hasn't changed. However, the basement itself has changed. So you'll see The basement is now, again, very similar to how it is in Hogwarts Legacy with the exposed brick. I just thought it looked really nice. No other reason. The kitchen, I don't remember if this is what it looked like in version 4. I don't think it did, but this is the kitchen. Now we shall go up to the Gryffindor common room, because Gryffindor common room also is completely different. So here's the new Gryffindor common room. Much more room than before. I used a 3D video of the set for this common room for my reference. So I would say this is about as accurate and detailed as you could possibly get for the Gryffindor common room. I don't say that about most parts of my castle because I don't like to sound cocky, but this is about as good as you're gonna get. Especially when you consider that A, I actually don't need any weird staircases, and B, you can go straight to the dorms. And I always hated on my map when you couldn't just go through the door straight to the dorm like they do in the movie. And you had to go like through a hallway or like up a staircase to the dorms. No, it's all right here. So this is the boys' dorm. We added back the stuff in their chests because I reckon people really liked them. So, you know, you got the ball shoes and the gillyweed, which is obviously Neville's chest. You got the TNT, which is Seamus's chest. Harry's chest, you got the invisibility cloak, the Half-Blood Prince potion book, and an unknown map, which we know what it is. Deluminator, our sweatshirt, and pumpkin pie, obviously for Ron. And then I just have a pygmy puff for Dean. Maybe I'm stupid on mobile. How can I select what spells to use? Okay, so I don't know what button on mobile it is to just drop an item like this. But you do that with the wand, and it will switch spells. Somebody was in here saying earlier that it did not work on mobile, which is quite unfortunate, but I don't have mobile to test it myself. Feel free to try. I don't know for certain that it doesn't work. So yeah, we got this here now. You can use Revelio on Dumbledore's office, and it will rotate the gargoyle up the stairs, and then you can go up the stairs. And then boom, we're in Dumbledore's office. So Dumbledore's office, huge change again from version 4. We got Dumbledore's memory vials in here. Got Dumbledore himself. Don't tell me now that you've grown to care for the boy, Severus. We got his desk. We got this little back room him and Harry have a conversation in Order of the Phoenix. We have his pensieve as well, which I will show you guys shortly. up here, we have his telescope thingy. And you can go up the stairs to the little balcony areas. So yeah, again, I used a lot of references for Dumbledore's office, and I'm pretty sure this is about as good as it's gonna get. If we hop into the portal, we will wake up in a memory which would be the trial for what's his name? Oh God. Karkaroff. Karkaroff's trial, where they find out that Barty Crouch Jr. is the Death Eater, or is a Death Eater. I don't know why this is here. That's unfortunate. And then you can hop back in the portal, and this will take you back to spawn. When you saw your name in the Hall of Patrons, you had the biggest smile ever. Thank you. Thank you. I'm very glad that I got to show off all of the wonderful patrons. It don't work? Shit. I'm gonna have to let Belkov know then. We're gonna have to update the download. I don't know what we're gonna do about that off the top of my head, but maybe he'll know. So I guess, you know, our work isn't completely done. I'll message him right now on Discord. He's gonna be upset. What else? What else? We've done the common rooms. We showed off pretty much... I think we showed off pretty much majority of the castle changes. Yeah, I'm pretty confident about that. So let's go look at everything else, shall we? So, again, with your wand, if you don't feel like typing in coordinates in the chat, you can use the apparate spell, which will apparate you to the fast travel network. Ta-da! So here is a change I'm going to show live on stream that people have been begging for. Everybody wants the tent at Dartmoor Campsite. Over here. I showed it in the trailer deliberately, but since we're doing an exploration thing, here's the Weasley's tent. You can now go in it. So there you go. Not that I had a big problem with you guys asking or anything, but we just didn't do it for some reason. The tower to the right of the bell towers has a still has a gray roof. Hey Maddie. tower to the right of the bell tower still has a gray roof. Huh. Oh, you mean these? Yeah, these were intentional. Hmm. Oh, a difference between version 4 and version 5 is the Weasley's house. The interior was completely redone in here so that this door and this door were kind of swapped. Which world is this poem? Kind of late. I'm showing off my version 5 of my normal Hogwarts since it just went up for download yesterday. So yeah, I found out at some point between version 4 and version 5 that this is the door that actually leads to the kitchen, and that the front door actually leads straight to the clock. So I had to rotate the interior, so I just said fuck it, and pretty much changed the entire thing. So yeah, you know, we got the interior here. We got Mr. Weasley asking about the rubber duck. We got actual food and butter beer and chocolate frogs. And a bunch of food all over the kitchen. We got ourselves the stove, the clock, just a bunch of clutter everywhere. I found this design for a shag carpet on Instagram of all places, and I thought that looked really cool. Anyway, yeah, I found this carpet for off of Instagram, and I was like, man, if anybody would have a shag carpet, it would be the Weasleys. I went a little wild with like armor stands at some point in time, so I just, you know, did this kind of like cabinet thing, which looks really nice. Um, you know, all the new heads and stuff just look really cool in general. Got ourselves just a broom. Back here we got Fred and George's room with, you know, them making a whole bunch of their, you know, they got like workbenches in here because they're making stuff for Weasley's Wizard Wheezes. Obviously the skiving snack boxes. You can actually get to the kitchen from the stairs now. The staircase will lead you up to the first floor, which has a bathroom in it. And then the second floor has Ginny's room. A little bit more of a conservative size than it was previously. Her room used to be massive. And obviously this is the window that Harry sees her in Half-Blood Prince. Through this door, I believe this is Molly and Arthur's room. I made a little sewing machine for Molly. She has a little bay window over here. Up this set of stairs and onto the back balcony. We have Ronald's room. Need to update the TP rune for mud bricks since you no longer use stone. I thought about it, but I think it looks fine in the TP area. Personally. Yeah, this is Ronald's room, obviously part of the attic. This is where Ron sleeps, Harry sleeps. It's a bunch of clutter, it's really small. There's a little staircase here that leads into the actual attic. There's supposed to be a chest in here with a ghoul in it, but I guess I forgot to add it. Yeah. Fuck me. Go through the door, thank you. So now the Weasleys are far, far away from London. They're no longer, like, really close to really anything. I placed a bunch of trees, made the new little river. Belkov really wanted to put the flying car. Coming in. Mr. Weasley's shed, for the most part, is just the exact same as it was. No real change on that front. We got Errol flying into the window. There's the little Quidditch broom shed that they mention a bunch in the books, with a bunch of old brooms in it. They got a little pathway here that they take in Goblet of Fire. A little extra lake over here. And up the hill that separates their house from Luna and Xenophilius' house. And then this is the boot, which will take you to the Quidditch World Cup. Will you be making a winter version of the map? If not, any tips on how to make it snow everywhere? If you load the map in Amulet and you change the entire thing to snow biome, it should snow. Should snow. I did release a snowy version of the castle for Christmas this past year, but it is still the gray version of the castle, so maybe, you know, not what you'd want. But, you know, maybe at some point, maybe for Christmas this year, I'll release an updated snowy version of the map for the patrons. You guys should have seen Luna's house. I don't think anything is new in here. Ooh. And that's why you're supposed to do checks and balances, folks. Now, I'm gonna have to remember to update that when we fix the mobile version. Salutations. Salutations, my boy, Mr. Stickerball. How are you doing today? Thank you. I hope it's living up to everybody's expectations. Another huge change. How do you unlock the room of requirement? I can show you. So, you're going to need a wand. Getting used to the new wands? Good. So yeah, you're going to need a wand on you. And this wand on the wall over here will change the rooms. And then it'll tell you in chat if you need something. So, like, example, in order to unlock Dumbledore's army from the 5th movie, you need a DA coin. Find one in the place where Dumbledore's army had their first meeting, which would have been the Hogshead, and you can find coins there. In order to unlock the Fiendfire, you got to use your wand in the room where everything is hidden and find out what happens. So, to open it, you just need to go back and forth across this block here with your wand out, and it will open. So kind of similar to the way it is in the books, where you need to walk back and forth across the wall 7 times. And this little cheat area here is not accessible to any of you, but I will use it just for the sole purpose of showing you guys. Yeah, just like B3. So, to open certain rooms, and using items to open said rooms, you need to throw them on this block. And then, can't you just go into spectator mode? No. Does it not say we need Tom Riddle's diary for this? Oh, no, it's not Tom Riddle's. I'm an idiot. It's the advanced potion making. No, because you can go into this room if you use spectator mode, but the chest won't be there. It only works for me, Belkov, Connor, and I believe Chase. It does not work for anybody else. There we go. That's how it's supposed to work. The golden snitch in the Quidditch field doesn't have a snitch texture. Yeah, I noticed. I'm gonna have to update the download on all the pages it's on, because apparently the wands are not working on mobile because you can't drop them, which is really unfortunate because a lot of stuff requires using the wand. You're gonna get this thing downloaded? Hey, have fun. Thank you for taking your time out of the day to show up on stream and to try out the map. Huh. What spell would it be to use Fiendfire now? I thought it'd be Periculum. But maybe not. Huh. Even Belkov doesn't tell me some things. I think a few classrooms have bows instead of the new wands. Do you know which ones? Also, this is a new Charms classroom. The other one was a lot different and very inaccurate, and this one is pretty much as accurate as you're gonna get. I'll inspect from top to bottom. Please do. Yeah, if you have me on Discord, make sure message me on there. Any like weird things you find. I already have a few ideas of things that need to be fixed. The only thing I noticed is some greenhouse had blocks missing underneath them. Oh, yeah. Shit, I didn't even think about that. Sorry for the constant nausea effect. Shit. Velkov said he fixed this. I believe it has something to do with this. Alright, well that's one to know. Thank you. I will fix that. The painting in the wooden bridge thingy is a secret passage, right? On keyboard, how do you switch spells on your wand? That would be, I think, Q. Painting in the wooden bridge. The wooden, like the wooden bridge? Like the clock tower wooden bridge? Oh, and the battlements. Okay, approved to resolve and go into resource pack and behavior pack. I noticed the HRP packs are missing. Not loaded. Well, if you enable them, does it allow you to use the wand on mobile? Oh yeah, it doesn't work. History of magic is wands, not bows, or bows, not wands. Aha. I'm not gonna change them on stream because I've already fucked with this world too much. But I will download a copy and make these necessary changes. Again, just compile a list and just send it to me on Discord, and I'll get cracking. Back to showing off the new stuff. Where do I want to go first? You know what? We got 12 viewers. Let's do 12 Grimmauld Place. This will be slightly immersion breaking since we're already inside the building. But bear with me. So, you will see now that number 12 is missing. So, again, it's more of just like an aesthetic thing, this, because you can just walk into number 11 and get in the interior, it doesn't really matter. But, if you want, you can cast Revelio and open up number 12. I don't know how I go to watch and he noticed me to this, but if I insert those packs, nothing. Yeah, I don't. We're gonna have to look into the mobile wands thing. Phone is getting blown up right now. You guys did a great job in version 5. The team deserve a clap on the back and a well done. Thank you. For some reason, when I'm climbing a staircase, it says I am too close to another player. Which staircase? Oh wait, are you playing on mobile, Sticker? I have to say, whoever designed the Thestral did an amazing job. Those were made completely by Belkov. Out of the blue, actually. I woke up one day and you play on my tablet. Oh, well, and the wands work good for you? Like you can drop them and change spells and everything? Belkov, yeah, Belkov built the entirety of the Thestrals. And then I did the texture for him. And they are great. He did a great job. It is 7 years old almost, and it crashed yesterday because of the new map. LOL, luckily no crashes yet. Fingers crossed you don't get any at all. Let's take a look at the new Grimmauld Place. Now, I did build almost all of this on stream, but again, not everybody catches the streams, and not everybody watches the VODs. I don't know how many people even watch this. Wands work fine for you, just got in Hufflepuff common room? That's weird. So I guess it's not affecting all mobile users. There's nothing changed, but I don't want to disturb, but I love this mod. Hmm. It's hard for me to say for certain what the problem is when, like, I don't play on mobile. So I can't be like, oh, you're using the wrong button to do it, or the pack's not properly installed, or whatever else. I don't know. Which is unfortunate, because, you know, I'm sort of like in the dark trying to figure out how to fix stuff. After I use any staircase, your wand says it's too close to another player. Like just walking up any stairs? Or is it a specific staircase? Maybe it has to do with the mannequins? I don't know. Anyway, Grimmauld Place, new hallway, new wallpaper, a lot more details. We changed this room because it wasn't supposed to be the kitchen. This is just a dining area. Yeah, any stair, even when flying, it only happens for a split second, so it's not game breaking or anything. Weird. Yeah, Sticker, how do you change the spells on mobile? Because if it's working for you, then I might be able to help other people figure out how to do it. Down in the basement, I really like the basement kitchen in Grimmauld Place. I think this came out so nice. It looks so much like it did in the movie. Maybe that's why some mobile players can't use the wands. The game may think it's close to another player. Well, if the game thought they were close to another player, then their wand would be glowing red, and it wouldn't let them even use it to begin with. Like they would be stuck with this and unable to use it. Play on mobile and it works great, especially when I hook up my Xbox controller. So it also lets you switch spells when you're on touchscreen. Here's a new living room area. We came in here when we teleported, but just wanted to show it off. This is Regulus's room. All torn apart, the blanket on the floor. I did a little mirror, which looks cool. For mobile players, are all your settings and controls for default? That could help. You know what's funny is I did replace these wands. Anyway, that's the room Harry, Ron, and Hermione stayed in. Order the Phoenix. This is Molly's and Arthur's room that they stayed in. She has another sewing machine. Up the stairs. The last we have Sirius's room with a big Gryffindor banner. And Buckbeak's room. So there is another Buckbeak here. It just crashes? Crashes? What crashed? The map crashes? Hey, Jura. So, some big changes from version 4 to version 5 are A, yeah, the map is definitely quite big, and there's a lot going on. I'm really not surprised it's not running super well on older hardware. This was a big change that needed to happen. The Weasley's Wizard Wheezes looks infinitely better than it used to. It's almost crazy to even think the way it used to look, because this looks so much better. You know, we got a bunch of skiving snack boxes around, some fake coins, you know, different potions, clothes, dragon eggs. You got wizard cards on display. You got little cauldrons and butter beers and storage crates and stuff for the windows and the thing for sticky trainers and a bunch of different books. And you have this cool little red staircase that goes around the entirety of the inside of the middle of the building. I'm pretty sure this is to be like a crane game sort of thing. You got Umbridge doing the little tightrope walk. You got stuff up on the shelves and more stuff on the shelves, and this is the love potion section. You got more shelves. You got the puking pastels kid. You got Fred and George here. All in all, this was a massive, massive improvement over the old Weasley's Wizard Wheezes. I even brought the fireworks back, which has been a staple in this shop since about 2015. So, we redid all the shops in Nocturne Alley. This one is the elf shop, where you buy house elves. It's very disgusting and inhumane, but that's life. Distill Phalanges kind of has a little bit of a change, but not really a big one. Undertaker's Embalmers, something else, I forget, but we got some freezer racks for dead bodies. We got some not cauldrons, we got some caskets here. We got a furnace for God knows what. A bunch of Lily of the Valleys. Cobbin webs. I pretty much designed this interior based off of like the N64, or not N64, Game Boy version, I think, of or Game Boy Advance version of the Sorcerer's Stone / Chamber of Secrets, one of the two. This is the Coffin House. This is pretty much just your everyday Nocturne Alley weird shop. This is Borgin and Burke's. Hasn't really changed since version 1. It's been pretty much the same. The Vanishing Cabinet will take you to the Room of Requirement. You got Draco and Daddy here. Don't touch anything, Draco. I don't think he says anything. I don't think Borgin says anything either. Down the next alleyway, we have Noggin and Bonds for Shrunken Heads. Moribunds, which is a apothecary. Got a couple of closed shops. The betting shop is mostly the same. I just put some coin down. This, I believe, is Mr. Mulpepper's apothecary. This is just a barber shop or a beard trimming shop. This is a hat store. It's a locksmith. Marcus Scars Indelible Tattoos. Just a tattoo parlor. This is fucking Landermoss and Tanners, Bats and Skins. This place used to just be fucking ugly as hell. But it's so much better looking now. We got like these things. I don't even know what these things. I don't remember what they even are. Netherite scraps. They look like leather. So yeah, I'm sure some people have used it for role playing. It would not surprise me. I actually found a video that somebody put out like 4 years ago last night. And I never saw it back then, and I really wish I did. But he was using the map to teach his students. Or just kind of like give them a fun like memory games and stuff on the map while they read through the book series. So like he went through like the different areas that were used for like lessons for the students, and I was like, man, this is so cool. Apparently my map was the only one that he found that could be transferred into Education Edition, so I guess shout out to that. But it was really cool, and I never saw it back when it came out, so like I left a comment last night because I felt compelled because it was really cool that he would do that. But I don't know if the comment will ever reach him, which is a shame. Yield Curiosity Shop. I really like this shop because I found out about these like sculk items. Like I feel like these fit really well in a curiosity shop. Wizarding Supplies. Just a wizarding supplies shop. Starry Prophecyr. This has pretty much been the same. Pottage's Cauldrons is pretty much the same. Scriver Wretches, Potions, and Venoms. And last but not least, Tallow and Hemp's Toxic Tapers. We definitely did this one on streams because somebody gave me the idea of like make your own poisonous candles. So, you know, there's like the stuff to make it, and then you mold it, and then you stick it in the poison, and then boom, you got yourself a poisonous candle. Or a toxic candle. Yeah, I don't really know. I feel like that'd be really hard to do. I'm sure it'd be possible, but possible and practical are two very different things. You know what I mean? Heading to bed, Poe. Catch you later. Good night. Good night, Centaur. Sleep well. So another big change that people have been pestering me about, the London Zoo. I finally made it better. After all these years, it's still not incredible, but it's better. Okay, we got the reptile house. We got foxes. We got sea turtles. We got a bunch of pandas being pandas. We got a little aquarium back here, which you're not even supposed to be able to get in. The fish are all just doing barrel rolls. Got the farm animals area. You got the fucking big old hogs. You got a little bird aviary in here. Kind of looks like a prison. You got the camels back here. You got some bathrooms in here. Women and men. These are like restaurants and stuff. And then polar bears. Again, it's a very small, very compacted version of the London Zoo. I did use an actual London Zoo layout, but I couldn't be asked to put every single little thing that they have in there. So you take what you can get and you won't get upset, okay? You're lucky I even changed the zoo to begin with. I was too lazy for the longest time. But yeah, I think we mostly covered all of the new stuff. So I think I'm gonna call it there then. Thank you guys for coming out to the stream. Very much appreciate you. Make sure to go download version 5. I'll try to make a patch soon that fixes some of the issues. Hopefully we can figure out why some mobile players can't use the wands. And yeah. So if you're seeing this and you need help finding how to use the wands or how to find your common rooms, make sure to come to this video. I will catch you guys maybe tomorrow for more legacy builds. And if not, probably, I don't know. We'll do more. Thank you so much.